So I've been asked before, what is the best part of your job? Well, there are several components. Number one being I get to play guitar, and I get to talk about guitars, and I get to fondle guitars and hold them and smell them and look at them. Guitars. Also, I get to play guitars with my name on them.
Guitar Stuff with John.
Welcome to another Guitar Stuff with John, a very, indeed, very special edition of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, I am wearing my tux so as to match the elevation of the event that I'm about to let loose on you. And as I said in the intro, I've been really lucky over the past over 10 years now. And even prior to that, with my good friend Joshua House, who built a J.P. Cormier signature model well over 15 years ago. But in the last 10 years, especially with Boucher, they were the first ones to bring out, a major company that brought out a J.P. Cormier model Boucher, and I call her the Mona Lisa. And it just went on from there. It's amazing the relationships that I've been lucky enough to cultivate, with the builders that work with me constantly on this channel. It's really mind-boggling. But believe it or not, for those of you who don't know me, and obviously there's hundreds of you each month that subscribe to this channel, and sure, not everybody comes on here realizing that I'm not just sitting here, a big old fat guy talking about guitars and being an idiot. I actually am a touring musician. I still play 225 shows a year all over the world. And so to have these companies believe in what I'm doing as a musician first, and then also throwing all their support behind me as a content creator here on YouTube, it's awesome. It's amazing. And what's more amazing even is that these companies all work together through me, and everyone gets along. It's a brotherhood. It's a family of builders, and they all love each other. They love my audience. They love guitar, just like me, right? So then, after Robin came along, then Gallagher threw in his hat and said, well, we're building a JP model, which I'm going to pick up in June in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And then my good friend George Crackett said, I need to build a signature model for you. And he did. The J.P. Cormier Custom Deluxe Crackett by George Crackett in Albany, New York. And then just a few weeks ago, I received a package in the mail by the courier from a company that having my name on this instrument from this company is one of my biggest achievements, because this company is ancient, it's huge, it's worldwide, and they've been building some of the best handmade guitars in the history of guitar way back 80, 90 years ago. And I never thought I'd see the day when my name would be on a company, alongside a company like this one. But, and wait till you see this. Everybody, I'm getting all tongue-tied already. This is the J.P. Cormier model Yairi. It is one of the greatest guitars I've ever played. It's unbelievable. And it's different than anything I own. It is a 12 fret slope shoulder dreadnought with a custom cutaway. And it's built out of the 50-year-old Honduran mahogany that you've seen in the other Alvarez guitar, Yairi guitar I reviewed, the Dragon and the little mahogany OM. And this instrument is frankly unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I've been waiting. I couldn't wait to get my hands on this thing. And I want to thank Chris Meikle and everybody at Alvarez St. Louis Music and the folks at Connie, Japan, for taking the time to build this instrument. Here it is. Wow. It's unreal. It's unreal. I get choked up when these things happen. You know, these builders, Robin and George, Dave Mathis, and now Chris Meikle, you know, this is a massive machinery that Chris has at his disposal. One of the biggest guitar factories in the world, and one of the oldest, most respected small shops in the world at Connie, Japan. They understood because they listened to me play all the time, right? And when I told them what I wanted and we started to design this idea, they listened. They listened to me play, and they knocked it out of the park, the same way that Robin has, and the same way that Dave Mathis will. We've gone through a couple of iterations of my JP model with Gallagher because they want it to be right, you know, and it's a great honor, man. The honor factor to have your name associated with a company like Yairi or Boucher or Gallagher or Crackett, it's overwhelming, you know. There's 80, 90 years of guitar building contained in this instrument, where they are able to build at the pinnacle of guitar technology, right? And so let's take a close look at this guitar because I want to show it to you. I'm going to show it off, and yeah, let's see the JP. What? I get some Kleenex to blow my nose. The JP Cormier signature model Yairi by Alvarez St. Louis Music and Yairi, Japan. Let's see the beast. So here we are, folks, at the headstock of the JP Cormier Alvarez-Yairi signature model guitar. We have a ebony faceplate, or it could be mahogany. Jesus, I didn't even ask these questions, but it's still beautiful. Anyhow, all gold hardware with the wooden buttons, ebony buttons. I love a slotted headstock. It just tends to make a guitar sound better, in my opinion. That's why my Boucher is a slotted headstock. The combination of that with the 12-fret body and the scale that's involved with that and the dreadnought makes this thing sound incredible. Then we've got a bone saddle, ebony fretboard, no markers except for this little fella right here, which is standard on all Yairis. You see that the A is missing from this symbol. It's just the Y's on their sides, right? And then we go down to the body, and we see a beautiful spruce top. I think it's, I believe it might be Sitka, Engelmann, probably Sitka. And then, of course, we have the famous ebony direct coupled bridge with the ebony inset, the pegs going directly into the bridge plate instead of through the bridge. This keeps no pressure, zero pressure on the bridge and saddle, like forward pressure, so it's not going to pull off. And you have a direct contact with the top, with the strings, with the pegs. They are slotless pegs. Then you go up, just the sunburst, of course. Good God. Beautiful red to amber. And then we have a very fine filigree of abalone around the edges here. Look at that. It's just, it blazes. It's on fire. All the way around. All the way around the sound hole. The double line of mahogany, and then the ring of abalone. This guitar is outfitted with the brand new LR Baggs hi-fi system, which is killer. And you get your volume and tone control just there. And then there's our stick air. Ooh, the stick air. Look at that. The DYMR JP Cutaway. Number 1, boys. That's it. Alvarez by GSWJ. Unbelievable. Connie, Japan. Oh, it's just amazing. I can't believe my name's on there. Anyhow, go around the sides and you've got this beautiful 50-year aged Honduran mahogany that they found after Kazuo passed away, bound in ivroid. Standard fare, not the grained ivroid, but just the regular. And this back with a strip of maple up the middle. Look at the grain in this. This is why this guitar sounds so good. This old Honduran mahogany is just ridiculous how good it is. This is now the 3rd guitar from Yairi that I have built out of this wood. And I'm telling you, it's worth its weight in gold. Get the ivroid heel cap, and then we get the really cool dual profile neck C at the bottom, and a sharper sort of semi-V at the top. It changes midway around the 5th fret, so the neck just jumps out and hits your hand. And we have the back of our headstock, no volute, beautiful mahogany, beautiful. What a gorgeous, gorgeous instrument. So, very Spartan in a lot of ways, but in other ways, Its simplicity is its beauty. Just that gorgeous sunburst, a little taste of abalone around the edges. It might even be sort of difficult to see unless you're under stage lights. It's that subtle. That wicked looking direct couple bridge, which I just love these. This is the greatest invention ever made for guitars, as far as I'm concerned. I think everybody should do this. It's just slick as hell. And there you go, boys. Clear pick guard that you can barely see. That's beveled nicely into the top, so it's not lifting or moving anywhere. I love those too. And there you go. There is the masterpiece that I really don't deserve, but there it is. The J.P. Cormier model signature Alvarez-Yairi. Available through this channel. Let me know if you want one. I will get the word to the proper authorities. Thanks to Chris and thanks to Alvarez and the guys at Yairi. Love you. So there you have it. The J.P. Cormier model Yairi. Alvarez-Yairi. And it's a beautiful instrument. So I'm going to tell you a couple things first about this that I want you to know. Chris and the guys at Alvarez-Yairi, they want this to become a catalog guitar, right? So this is the only one has been built. And so the cool thing about this is that where this sits is perfect, right? In the world of economics. At the top, we have the Boucher, which runs, this is all Canadian dollars. So you're talking about 7,100 Canadian. And then you've got the Gallagher, which is going to run around 4,000, somewhere in there. And you've got the Crackit, which is going to be a slightly lower than that, right? Slightly. And then you've got this, which is going to run slightly lower than the Crackit in price. So this is my dream come true, right? I've been telling people for 4 years how to buy great guitars for not Martin dollars and Gibson dollars, and buy great guitars that you don't have to spend as much money on. Well, now there's 4 guitars that you can buy. The Crackit might be difficult because George is not going to be building too many more of those, if at all. It might be the only one. But as far as that goes, Boucher, Gallagher, and this, you've got 3 tiers of price. And you cannot go wrong with any of them. This thing is a masterpiece. And so here's what we need to do. In order to make this become a catalog guitar, they have to get orders. So if you think you're interested in buying one of these, message me here on the channel. And I'll forward those off to Chris so that he can see there's a demand. And then we're going to set up a way for you to order them. And eventually they'll be carried somehow in the St. Louis music catalog, right? Where because they supply stores all over the world. So write me. If you think you want one, write me. I'll send the comments off to Chris, and he's ready to pull the trigger and build, 30 of them. Boom, get them out there. And it would be cool if that happened. Because it just would be cool, And all of my other signature guitars have been made available. The Boucher is the best-selling guitar they ever made, and David built my Gallagher, already sold 2 of them before I ever got mine. So it's mine sitting down there, and there's 2 already sold. Oh, good Lord. And so this can be the same thing. Let's get some of these into your hands, because I know you'll love them. There's no question that when you play this guitar, you're going to flip out. It's just the greatest experience ever. So well made, sounds unbelievable. And normally, I would never sacrifice my ad dollars on a video on this channel by playing copyrighted music. But in this case, I don't give a shit. I'm playing this tune on this guitar by Bruce Coburn, and because I want you to hear this thing in a very unique setting, which is an open sea. And so I dedicate this tune to the builders out in Connie, the guys at Alvarez, Chris Meikle, St. Louis Music. Thank you for making me a part of your history. I can't thank you enough, and I'm super, super humbled by the fact that you chose to do this. And I thank you, and I will hold this guitar to my chest till I die. It'll be in my will, this guitar. So don't be surprised if you see it out in the road with me. It will be going out for sure. So. The J.P. Cormier signature model, Alvarez-Yairi. Thank you, Chris Meikle. I love you, brother. And thanks to everybody over there. We'll see you next time on another Guitar Stuff with John. It will suck compared to this one, but, most of them do. See you next time.